For those of you that didn't know, Dokkan Battle is a huge game with millions of people that have played it, as well as thousands of people who join every single day. So I thought I'd make this video for the 5 unexplained mechanics that Dokkan does not tell you. Now, these are 5 things that I personally have either discovered on my own or found out through the DBZ subreddit or listening to other content creators and then realized it was always a thing and I never knew. So this is just kind of a compiled list that I found. If you guys find any more, drop them down in the comments below. I will be there reading more. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoy the video. Alright, first thing I want to talk about is GSARS. So for GSSR banner, it'll tell you that, say, either one featured banner SSR is guaranteed, or a banner like this where, well, they both say one featured SSR guaranteed. But sometimes they won't even say featured, they'll just say one SSR guaranteed. When that happens and you do a multi, the GSSR is undoubtedly the last card that you pull. So what that means is that you are guaranteed an SSR on your 10th card of that 10 card multi, or on a 5 card multi, in some cases similar to the Ultra Instinct Goku multis, it'll be the 5th card. So the last card in a featured GSSR, or any GSSR multi, the last card is the GSSR. Any SSRs you get before that, as you're pulling, just know that those SSRs are essentially a bonus, and you're guaranteed at least one more at the end. So that's just kind of a hidden mechanic no one really pointed out, and that's kind of the theme of this video. So, if you guys enjoy this information or find any of it new, if you guys learned something, feel free to drop a like down below, subscribe. We drop informational videos as well as Dokkan streams and other stuff all the time, so feel free to join the Y Nation. We are on the road to 1K subs and we are getting there fast, thanks to a little help from D3. But anyway, guys, let's get into the rest of the video. Next on the list we have counters and supers do not trigger a full Dokkan meter. So if you have a full Dokkan meter, there are characters that do additional attacks that can become supers. For instance, I'm using Physical Broly as my example here. Other examples could be like Vegito Blue, Physical Omega Shenron, and etc, etc. Characters that get those additional attacks that can become supers can do those additional attacks with a full Dokkan meter without triggering it. And this is helpful for a couple of reasons if you're trying to save it for another round with a harder boss. Or you're just trying to just save it for a different character other than the one who could super first. So you're going to see Broly here hit and then do his additional super and not trigger the Dokkan mode. So this is an important hidden mechanic that is not explained at all at any time in the game, but I feel like it is one worth noting. See, oh, well then you get a second example in this one specifically where he triggered an additional attack that became a super without triggering Dokkan mode. So what that's going to do is allow me to move into the next round with a still full Dokkan meter that I can now use against the next opponent, especially if they have multiple, more than one opponent to knock out in that round. And then moving into this one, I feel like is probably one of the more obvious ones, but just in case you're new and hadn't caught it. So there are units that you can get within Baba Shop that say they have a limited amount. So once you get them, you can't really get any more at that moment. But every now and then when they release new content or new characters for this specific Baba Shop, they will oftentimes refresh it. So there's no like set time between refreshes. There's no like every 3 months it refreshes or every 2 months, every so weeks. But when they do add new content to either the story or adding a new unit to Baba Shop, they often do refresh it and add back the characters that you could have earned before. So this is useful for a couple of reasons. If you're trying to farm free-to-play Kais, these Kais were here from say the first set, and then I didn't earn them, but Baba Shop refreshed and added more Kais up here, so you can earn those Kais now. But if you had bought out the first Kais, they wouldn't be there, and then it would have refreshed, and then you'd just see these Kais. So it's helpful for getting free-to-play Kais, extra characters from Baba Shop that you want to dupe out, that you can only access one at a time for. You just kind of have to do it periodically over time in order to get the characters that you want from Baba Shop for free. The next example I want to point out as a hidden mechanic is going to be Great Ape / Great Namekian Giant Cards / Fury mode. All these types of characters, when they trigger those modes and they go into the mode where they don't take any damage, but they can deal out 3 attacks a turn. Those modes make it so that basically your dupe system buffs under crits, additionals, or dodge do not trigger at all no matter what you do. So those mechanics are basically, you take unlimited damage where it doesn't actually damage your health. You can attack 3 times. You still keep your, say you add 10 attack to a character, you still keep that 10 attack bonus. So they still keep that. They just cannot trigger additionals, crits, or dodge whatsoever. So those 3 mechanics do not trigger under Fury mode, Crate Ape mode, and Giant mode. And these are examples of characters that would fall under that category. I'm sure there are more, obviously, that I haven't listed. Just know that any character of a similar mechanic where they have basically something giant in the background that they turn into, it's not going to trigger in that mode that they activate. It'll trigger outside of that mode in normal attacks when they only get 1 per turn, but not inside the mode. This last example, I kind of will just have to tell you. The event isn't out at the time of my recording this, but for events like the Janemba event in particular, where he dodges repeatedly, I can't think of any event off the top of my head that dodges otherwise. There might be another one, I don't remember. But Janemba event is the most prominent example I can think of where they dodge most of the attacks that come in. Now, one hidden mechanic is basically firing off a Dokkan mode attack with a full meter. They cannot dodge the Dokkan mode attack. And that is a hidden unexplained mechanic that you kind of have to find out through trial and error. Obviously the battle usually, because he dodges, unless you're lucky, goes on long enough to where you get that Dokkan mode attack. If you ever have a fear that he's going to dodge it, don't, because he doesn't dodge the Dokkan mode attack. So in any future events that they drop where there's a dodge mechanic on the boss, just know that the Dokkan mode meter is the best way to hit and the only guaranteed way to hit that boss and take them out. Alright guys, that has been the video for 5 unexplained mechanics in Dokkan. This obviously works for Global and JP. If you guys know of any other hidden mechanics that aren't explained throughout any of Dokkan, feel free to drop them in the comments down below. If there are enough examples, I may make a second video to this if I can find 5 more examples. Otherwise, just join the discussion down below. I'll be in the comments talking to you guys. Without further ado, my name is Lubeman, and this has been YTRI, and I will catch you guys in the next stream.